Hello everybody, this is a video showcasing my most recent origin, the Moon Chaser, as well as its evolution of sorts, the Moonlight avatar. As usual, we will go over the more boring abilities and downsides first, starting with Dark Adaptation. You have a night vision level equivalent to the felines, but being near bright lights will blur your vision. This does include sunlight. Nocturnal and Frailty are very simple. Nocturnal prevents you from being able to sleep, but you will never have to worry about phantoms. Frailty reduces your damage by 25%. Onto the main mechanics of the Origin. The Origin's primary power uses Favor as a resource. Favor has a cap of 100, and by default you gain 1 every 10 seconds spent into the Moonlight. This can be changed, though we'll get to that later. The active power in question is Commune. To commune, or trade, you must be under the night sky and hold the item you wish to trade. The trades available to you at any given time depend on the moon phase, though one trade that is accessible across all moon phases is inversion. Simply trade another star, and the moon phase will invert, skipping 4 days ahead. During this portion of the video, I'll be going over the different moon phases and their respective trades, starting with waning gibbous, the phase of refinement. During this phase, you can trade ores for 2 of their respective smelted counterparts. This does include raw materials such as iron or copper, and it even works with ancient debris. Further, you can smelt sand into glass, and cobblestone into stone. The inverse of refinement is the waxing crescent phase of purification. During this phase, any trades that were available to you during refinement can be inverted. Materials can be turned back into their ore, scrap can be turned into debris, and glass and stone can be turned into sand and cobblestone. The next phase is the last quarter phase of enhancement. During this phase, any tools or armor can be upgraded in material. Wood turns to stone, stone turns to gold, gold turns to iron, and iron can be turned to diamond, although this does cost a lot of favor. This even works on horse armor. The inverse of enhancement is the first quarter phase of diminution. During this phase, tools and armor can be turned to one of their base material. This does work with netherite as well, turning it into scrap. Next is the waning crescent phase of progression. During this phase, you can trade seeds for their crops, and saplings for their logs. You can also age copper. The inverse of progression is waxing gibbous, the phase of regression. During this phase, not only can you turn crops back into their seeds, logs back into saplings, and de-age copper, you can also bring mobs back from the dead by trading in their drop. This works with almost every mob in the game. During a new moon, the phase of death, you can use 100 favor to sacrifice a heart. Each heart sacrificed will reduce the time it takes for you to gain favor. By default it takes 10 seconds to gain 1, and each heart sacrifice reduces that by 1 second. During a full moon, on the other hand, you can use 100 favor to gain one of your sacrificed hearts back. You will, however, not keep the favor bonus. I did mention at the start of the video that this origin has an evolution of sorts. Once you have sacrificed all of your hearts, you will become the Moonlight avatar. Your favor speed is greatly increased, and there are a few new powers that come with this origin. The first of the avatar's unique powers is lunar form. You will never need to eat, but you cannot wear armor of any kind, including elytra. Another of these abilities is lighter than air. You are able to toggle the power to float. The main change in this evolution is boons and curses. While in the Moonlight, you glow, have double health, have full armor, and are much more agile than normal. While not in the Moonlight, you only have 1 max heart and are invisible. In the daylight, you instantly burn and die. You are able to transform back into the Moon Chaser the same way you were able to regain sacrificed hearts during the full moon. I understand this origin's powers are a lot to take in a 5-minute video, so thank you very much for making it to the end. If you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, please leave a comment. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.